Welcome back to this ultimate guide for beginners, and maybe some advanced players might learn a few tricks too in Icarus. So basically what you want to do at the beginning of the game, when you spawn in, you can just go into settings and go into you can go into the display actually, and there is like motion blur, so turn that all the way down and turn the frame limits up. There are some other settings. I made a whole video on this before. Go check it out in my Icarus playlist. There's Nvidia stuff and AMD stuff. Depends what your rig is set up like. But those can help you out. And it's the other, is it DLSS or something like that? But next up, you want to go into gameplay controls, sorry. And then you want to change your drop item button, because default was Q in beta, so I changed it to P, because you always like have an axe or something and then you realize you've dropped it and it's too late, it's gone, it's lost in the world of Icarus. So change that to something like P or something far away. And next, what you want to do is level yourself up. So when you run around, just constantly hold down F, and then whatever you look at you will pick up. These items that you're going to need are actually going to be useful, because you're going to craft with them too. So just run around, look at stuff and hold F to collect literally everything you can. So some items, or shall I say icons, in the bottom left. The O2 is your oxygen. I'll show you how to grab oxygen in a bit. The middle one is food, and the right one is water. And there's also, they've added a noise icon now, so if you're crouched you'll make less noise and the animals won't be able to hear you. So the oxygen, what you can do to get oxygen is there is these blue looking rocks. Now if you craft yourself a pick nice and early on, that means you can get yourself some good amounts of oxygen. So you just pick away these blue rocks. There's also tiny small ones you can pick up with the F key. And if you go into your inventory, hover over them, right click and then consume. You can put them in your op bar and consume them that way, or right click and consume full stack. And there is a oxidizer too. You can unlock this quite early on for oxygen. But for now, I'm going to say there's other stuff you can focus on. So first off, you'll probably want a stone axe and a stone pickaxe, and also a stone knife. You can go with a spear. It's not a bad weapon to begin with, but you want a bow and arrow and stone arrows too. The next sort of items you will need is like a campfire, and then you will need to start investing in structures, either thatch or wood structures to get a foundation down, and then a bedroll. Once you get your bedroll down, then you can place a spawn point. So if you die you can spawn back there, so that's quite important if you're building far away from your space or your drop craft ship, whatever you want to call it. So some hunting tips, literally bow and arrow, hold the control button down and you will crouch and you can get like a stealth headshot. Headshots are literally like OP in this game. It can kill most animals, or really early on animals, one shot with a headshot. You can also kite wolves and bears and stuff to deep water, and that's why I suggest you build in near some deep ponds and water, because you can also get yourself some drinkable water. All the ponds and lakes are drinkable. But you can also walk backwards, or swim backwards should we say, and stab them with a spear. And that's an easy way of killing animals in the water. You can dive down. I made a video on it, check it out as well in the Icarus playlist. But also, like, use your bow for headshots, use your spear and back paddle, and that is easy ways. You can hunt fish too, so nice and easy ways of getting food. And water sorted too, so build near some water. By now your tools and like your weapons should be getting a little bit damaged, so to repair tools and stuff, the nice and early ones, you go push I for inventory, then you select the tool that you want, you right click it, and then you just repair it. You will need a little bit of material. It can be different for each weapon, It's normally like 1 for the beginner weapons, so it's nice and easy. This is a lot cheaper than making a new one, but some more advanced items later on you would need like a repair bench, or you can repair them in the sort of might be the anvil, something like that later on. But for now, the nice beginners are gonna just right click it and then repair it, nice and easy. So if you wondering like your map, if you push M, it'll all be blanked out until you visit it. But if you join my Discord, I'll leave a link in there in the Icarus tab for a map, and this is actually everything you need to find, like caves, water sources. It's all on the map, so you can navigate by using that, and you ain't so blinded. That's a good tip right there. When you build, you could build obviously near the water because it's good for the things I mentioned, but also you could build near a large, huge rock, that the mineable rocks. And why I say this is because you can use the huge rocks to tunnel in and make a makeshift shelter if there's harsh storms, and it also protects your campfire, so you can cook stuff and warm yourself up even when a storm's brewing, and it won't put your fire out, so you can keep cooking your food. And also you could build near a cave, but caves are a lot more dangerous than they used to be. So before you could just build in a cave, now there is some elements in there for surprise, so be wary of caves, that's all I'm gonna say. So when you look at setting up your base, you also want to clear any foliage like trees and branches and just bushes away from where you are building, because if you get a bad storm it can catch fire, and then that will catch fire to your base too. So take away all the trees from surrounding your base, and also do not place a campfire in your base, because if you walk over it your whole base will go up in flames. So fire is a dangerous game in this game, until you upgrade to a stone base, of course, then it ain't so flammable. But what you want to do is place your foundations and then place your bed on top. So set your spawn point off of your bedroll, and then if you die you can spawn back in your base in your bed sort of thing. Also sleeping gives you a nice buff. You'll get lots of buffs from sleeping. So once you got your floor and your bed down, you pretty much want to go with like a 3v2, something like that for early game. And next you want to craft some walls. So once you craft your walls, you can snap them into place. Now if you tap R, it will flip. Now there's an arrow, you want the arrow facing outwards from your base. And if you hold R, this will toggle other things such as door frames, windows. So make and place those. Make sure you make your door frame, and then you will just make your door and snap that inside the door frame. That's how you do a door. The different colors are like, you can get like red, that means it's not very stable and it will collapse. So if you build too high or wonky, you will get it red. Now you would have to make a support beam, something like that. Yellow is not, it's not too bad, it's okay, and green is safe. So that's the different colors. And you can craft a hammer to repair buildings too. So your repair hammer sort of or your hammer, it repairs buildings. They will slowly get damaged in the storms depending on what storm it is, and animals can damage structures too. You can slow bears down by placing random doorways in and around your base just to slow them down. So the key thing is upgrading your base to stone as fast as possible, just so you get less damage from all these things. But you will want to rank up to like level 10 and 15, because when you're level 10 you will get like the workbench, and you'll unlock the anvil and mortar and pestle, these good things. And like level 15 you're going to get, I think that's when you get your stone. So what you want to do is you can craft a sickle and then farm fiber. Go out and hit all the foliage around your base, and that's going to give you tons of fiber. And with that you can craft bandages. And you also want to hunt and get loads of bones, so you can upgrade your arrows to bone arrows. You will use these items a lot, so it's good to craft like max craft them and just keep going and going. Once you get the mortar and pestle, if you find some wheat, it's good with your sickle just to go through it, and then you can make like flour and flatbread later on, but you also will grind it all down and you'll get a lot of XP for just grinding the wheat down. So just hunt loads of animals, get loads of bone, craft some bone arrows and some bandages, that sort of thing. They've also added more weight now in tier 2, so you can, what I say by more weight, they've added like a bag. So the leather backpack, if you hold G slot or backpack slot, items can grant additional inventory slots and weight carry capacity. It also reduces the carry weight of ores in your inventory. It is available, like I say, at tier 2 and crafted on the textiles bench. Now that you've got loads of materials, you can drag items like normal, or you can hold control and click, and this will transfer a whole stack over. So if you hold shift and drag, it will drag half a stack, and as you see on screen, left control and left shift will transfer all of that type into whatever container you're looking into. Some good talent points is ones that increase like stamina, because everything uses stamina. Just bear in mind before you spec into anything, if you're running multiplayer with friends all the time, do not spec anything into solo, because it will just be a waste. If you spec anything in solo and you're in multiplayer, then basically it renders that useless, it doesn't work. So if you play with friends, make sure you spec, and you can also like individually work on different things. So someone could be like a lumberman, someone could be a miner, but I would just recommend getting your speedy mining and speedy chopper, so that way you can mine and get trees real quick for resources. There are some like chase them down and stuff like that also grants you like movement speed and stamina. You want these sort of perks to begin with, because you want to be fast to get away from things, and also you want the stamina just to keep grinding, and also if you come into combat you won't run out of stamina, and that's basically the nice and early ones you want to get now down first. Your tech points also are valuable. Mix it up amongst yourself, don't all learn the same thing, because if there's a group of you can all learn different things, because I think you only have 40 talent points, then you won't be able to learn everything. So make sure you split it between you as a group, so like one person could learn the tools, one person can learn structures, and like work it out between you, so you can spread it as far as you can. If this has been any value to you, drop a like. I appreciate it massively if you drop a like, or if you want to comment anything down below. It really helps this channel get out there if you do those things. And if you want to see more, check out my playlist on Icarus, or you could subscribe, and that will greatly help the channel out too. But thanks for watching, appreciate your time. Join the Discord to team up, but stay safe, stay entertained, and we'll see you on the next one.